Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start the chapter Coordinate Geometry. Yes, you must have started this chapter in the ninth standard. So, do you remember what you have done in the ninth standard? I hope everybody does remember. In the ninth standard, you learned that in a two-dimensional space, you need two coordinates to show the exact location. Two coordinates. The coordinates were written in the bracket like this. First was the x coordinate, the second one was the y coordinate. Now, before we move on to the coordinates, we'll see how these two coordinates came into existence. So, we have got natural numbers on a number line, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we see the whole numbers, we have got a 0. So this whole numbers or natural numbers on the number line is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes? Then if you place a mirror here, you will see the reflection of this line on the opposite side. So on the opposite side, so this 0 is our origin point, or point of reference, and we call it the origin. So here we have got -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and so on. Now what you can observe on this number line? What is -3? How does it come? So you can see this 3 and this -3. They are at the same distance. So if you are standing in front of a mirror, if you place a mirror here, there is a mirror here, and you are standing here. When you stand in front of the mirror, you will see your reflection in the mirror exactly at -3. If you stand at 5, if you are standing here in front of your mirror, you will see your image at -5. The distance between the object and the mirror and the distance between the image and the mirror will always remain the same. Now, we get this number line because of something called additive identity. So what is an additive identity? Think of a number that whenever you add anything to this number, the number remains the same. 5 plus something equal to 5. 3 plus something equal to 3. What is this number? This something that whenever you add any number to it, the number does not change. So you have already learned this. The additive identity is 0. Anything plus 0 is the same number. So 5 plus 0 we have 5, 3 plus 0 we have 3. Then 5 plus what will give you 0? 3 plus what will give you 0? So additive identity is 0. This is called the additive inverse. Additive inverse. So what does the additive inverse do? It is the inverse of the number that on adding that number to the original number you get the answer 0. So you find out the additive inverse of 5 is -5. The additive inverse of 3 is -3. I'll give you an example of the negative numbers. So the negative numbers are also the opposite in direction, you can see. So what you observe, if you walk 3 steps to the east, 3 steps to the east, and then walk 3 steps to the west. So -3 means what? In the opposite direction. So if this is east, then the minus will be west. So if you walk 3 steps in the east and 3 steps in the west, you come back to 0. If you walk 5 steps in the east and then walk 5 steps to the west, you come back to 0. So 0 is the additive identity and 4 and -4 is the additive inverse. Because when you add them, you get 0. 5 and -5 is additive inverse. Add them, you get 0. 2 and -2 is an additive inverse. Add them and you get 0. So these two numbers on the opposite side are additive inverse of each other, which gives us a 0. In another example, suppose you are doing a business. You are doing a business. In the first business, you say earn 50,000 rupees. There is a profit of 50,000 rupees. In the second business, there's a loss of 50,000 rupees. So if your one profit is 50,000, opposite of profit is loss. So loss is also 50,000. What is your net income? 0. So this is what is showing us additive identity. So again I tell you the origin of the number line. You have got the whole numbers. You have got the additive identity. So again, what is the additive identity? Any number you add to a number and you get the same number. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 3 plus 0 is 3. So 0 is the additive identity. Then the additive identity gives rise to an additive inverse. 5 plus minus 5 is a 0. 3 plus minus 3 is a 0. So 3 and minus 3 are additive inverse of each other. 5 and minus 5 are additive inverse of each other. So this is the number line. This positive side, if we say profit, then the negative side will be loss. If this is the east, this will be the west. If this is the north, this will be the south. The negative sign shows opposite direction. I hope this is clear to you. So in simple terms, if you are standing in a line, okay, how do you stand in the line? Whenever you make people stand in the line, you make them count 1, 2, 3. The first child, second child, third child, fourth child and all. But if somewhere in the middle you take 0, when there is a line you make, people are standing, the middle somewhere you take 0. Yes, then what happens? On the other side, if you say positive, this side will become the negative. But this is for people standing in the line. Now in a 2-dimensional space, so let us see an example of a 2-dimensional space. Okay? For a little time, we can consider the earth is flat. Yes, actually the earth is not flat. It is the globe round. But if you see a small region, the earth is flat. So you are living somewhere in a society, and there are many societies also. Right. So somebody, a friend, let us say a friend is coming to your place and you want to tell him the location. You want to tell him where your house is. You will say, my house is in the 5th lane. Okay? So when he's coming from somewhere, you have to tell him the origin. He said you will reach a temple. So here, a temple is a reference point. You have reached a temple. From this temple, my house is on the 5th lane to the right. So when he reaches the temple, he sees there are some societies on the left. There are some societies on the right. Yes? He has reached the temple now. He has come to the temple and there you tell him 5th lane to the right. So, society number 1, society number 2, society number 3, society number 4, society number 5. So he has reached the 5th society. Now where is your house? He is reached the 5th society. So you can see just by telling the society, he cannot find your house. So you have to give him a second coordinate. What is the second coordinate to give him? The house number also. Now even in the society, when he enters, there are two places, a right and a left. So when you tell him it is my house is 4 on the right side. So when he enters the society, house number 1, house number 2, house number 3 and house number 4. This is the place he has reached. So you told him your coordinates are now 5, 4. How it is 5, 4? You first told him reach the temple on the circle. When you reach the temple on the circle, go to the 5th society on the right, and when you enter the society, my house is the 4th house on the right. So there are 2 coordinates given here. Now suppose you have told him that my house is the 4th house in the society. Now he could enter the first lane. There is also a 4th house. He will enter the second lane. There is also a 4th house. Yes, 4th house. He will enter the 3rd lane. So if you tell him the house without telling which society, or if you tell him the society without telling which house, he cannot locate your house. So to locate the house on the 2 flat pieces of land, you need 2 coordinates. One coordinate will tell you how much to the right or how much to the left. And another coordinate will tell you how much to the top or how much to the bottom. So this is what you did in the 9th standard. Now for a long time, because of this corona pandemic, the schools have not started. But if you recall last year, when you are sitting in the classroom. Yes, when you are sitting in the classroom, there were some children in your classroom. So there were, say, benches. Say 3 rows were there. On each bench, 2 children were sitting. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I say a particular child, say Bhushan, is sitting in the 4th row. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th row. But on the 4th row, 6 children are sitting. So I have told the row, but I have not told in which column the child is sitting. It can be in the first, in the second, in the third, in the fourth, in the fifth, in the sixth. So when I say on the 4th row, the third child. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th row, and 1, 2, 3, third column. So 4, 3 is where Bhushan is sitting. Yes? So this is the idea of coordinate geometry. In a 2-dimensional plane, 2 dimension, you always need one thing to tell you whether right or left, and from where you start, from the origin. So in the classroom example, where was my origin? Say the door was the origin. I enter the door and then I have got columns, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6. So 6 by 6 means 36 children in the class. To get the specific position of a child, I need to know both the coordinates. Means how much to the right and how much to the back. That will give me the idea. So this is what we did in the 9th standard. This is a mere basic revision. So we have a horizontal number line with the center point as the origin, numbers to the right, numbers to the left. You can see there is a difference of one step only. One step, one step, one step to the right, to the left. Right? The numbers on the right are bigger than number on the left. Means -2 is bigger than -5. Now this was what we call the x-axis. We call this x and this we call the x prime. X shows right direction positive, x prime shows left direction negative. But again this is only one coordinate. And like I told you, in a space with 2 coordinates, so I will draw one more line from the origin, which is the vertical. The positive is called y, negative is called minus y. So the positive is 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4. So what I have basically done, this whole board I have cut into parts. Yes, 2 parts. I got 4 parts. 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part. So in this 4 part, now this is my origin. So if you see this point, it is neither to the right, neither to the left. So it is exactly 0. The first is written on the x-axis. 0 means neither to the right, neither to the left. On the vertical axis, it is neither to the top, neither at the bottom, exactly in the center. So 0, 0 is the origin. What does the origin tell us? This 0 tells us neither to the right, neither to the left. This 0 tells us neither to the top, neither to the bottom. It is like exactly in the center. So this coordinate 0, 0 is called the origin. Now if you see this, I can say this point. Okay? Where is this point? So first we see to the right. 1, 2, 3. So you can see how I write the coordinates. This is 3 steps to the right. So this is 3 and 2 steps upward. So once you go 3 and 2 steps upward, this point is 3, 2. So I write here 3, 2. But if you write 2, 3, it is not the same point. 2 means 2 steps to the right and 3 steps to the top. So this point is 2, 3. In the same way, if I write the point -4, 3, means 4 steps to the left. -4 means 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left and 3 points to the top. So this point is -4, 3. So what do you observe from here? What can you observe? You can observe that in the first quadrant, we'll call this the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, both the coordinates are positive. Means we go to the right, so the coordinate is positive. We go to the top, so the coordinate is positive. So in the first quadrant, both the coordinates are positive. This is the second quadrant. Remember, first quadrant, why quadrant we call it? The spelling is Quadrant. Quadrant. It is like something in a quarter. When you divide something into 4 parts, each one is called a quarter. So this is a quadrant divided into 4 parts. So we call this the first quadrant. This we call the second quadrant. Now what you can see here, in the second quadrant, something is to the left. So the first quadrant will be negative, but it is to the top. So second one is positive. When you move to the third quadrant, you are to the left. So negative, and you are to the bottom. So here also negative. So for example, this point, first we see right left. So 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. So -4. How much down? 1, 2, 3. So -3. So you can say this point is both coordinates are negative. And when you move on to the fourth quadrant, it is to the right but to the bottom. So if I take this point again, then to the right 3 points and down -2. So what I have got here? Here I have got positive and negative. So this we did last year. Okay, and I will be revising for you to understand. One last recap of the whole thing. In a two-dimensional space, we need two coordinates to show the exact location. Yes, I told you the example of the society and the house number, or the child sitting in which row, which column. Two numbers are needed to show the exact location on a two-dimensional space. So we have got a horizontal axis called the x-axis and a vertical axis called the y-axis. Then we divide this line divides the whole space into 4 quadrants. In the first quadrant, both the coordinates are positive, going to the right, going to the top. In the second quadrant, it is negative, positive, going to the left, going to the top. In the third quadrant, it is negative, negative, going to the left, going to the bottom. In fourth quadrant, it is positive, negative, going to the right, going to the bottom. So you always see in all these 4 cases, the first number, the first coordinate is called what? The abscissa. The abscissa or the x coordinate. It is the abscissa or the x coordinate. Means the first number is called the abscissa or it is called the x coordinate. It shows you whether to the right or whether to the left. The second coordinate is called the ordinate, or also called the y coordinate. This tells you whether to the top or to the bottom. So always there are 2 coordinates in a two-dimensional plane. The first number tells you to the right or to the left. It's called the abscissa or the x coordinate. And the second tells you top or the bottom. That is ordinate, that is the y coordinate. Okay? So now I will write down the 4 coordinates with their names. So now the 4 coordinates with their names. This coordinate is called x, o, y. Can you see? X, o, y. And here both are positive. This means to the right, this means to the top. This one is called x prime o y. X prime o y. Second coordinate is x prime o y. To the left, to the top. Third one is called x prime o y prime. To the left, to the bottom. Negative, negative. And the fourth one is called x o y prime. Fourth coordinate to the right, to the bottom. So here you can see we always take the x first. X prime, x. Always the x comes first and the y comes second. Means the right and the left is taken as the first coordinate, positive or negative. Top and the bottom is the second coordinate. Now look at this number. This point. 3 steps to the right. So 3 to the right. But up or down, neither up, neither down. So the y coordinate is 0. Y coordinate 0 means what? Neither up, neither down. Take this point. Neither right, neither left. So x coordinate is 0. Neither right, neither left. But top and bottom -4. 4 to the bottom. Let us take this point. Left or right? Left. How many steps? 2 steps. Top or bottom? Neither top, neither bottom. Exactly in center. So 0. Yes? Let us take one point here. Right or left? 0, top or bottom top? How many? 4. So what you can see, when the y coordinate is 0, the point is on the x-axis. It means when the x coordinate is not 0, the point is somewhere on the x-axis, but the 0 means neither top neither bottom. So when the y coordinate is 0, the point is on the x-axis, and when the x coordinate is 0, the point is on the y-axis. This 0 means neither right neither left, exactly in the center, and this 0 means neither top neither bottom, exactly in the center. So this point is again the origin called 0, 0. 0, 0 means exact origin, neither right neither left, neither top neither bottom. But 3, 0 means 3 steps to the right, neither top neither bottom. Minus 2, 0 means 2 steps to the left, neither top neither bottom. 0, 4 means neither right neither left, but 4 steps to the top. And 0, minus 4 means neither right neither left, but 4 steps to the bottom. So this was the things done in the 9th standard, and I have a quick revision for you. Now we start with the 10th standard, and the first formula we do for the day is the distance formula. Okay, before I go to the distance formula, let us see one thing in one dimension. Just now we are not in two dimensions. Let us take to one dimension. I have got 2 points on the x-axis. Can you tell me what is the difference between these two steps? I can count from here also. I can count from here also. If I start from here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a distance of 5 between the two. If I start from here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how I can find this? Distance is always positive. So I will have to subtract them. So I can do minus 2, minus 3. Minus 2, minus 3. Not minus 3, sorry. Minus 2, minus 3 is minus 5. So the distance is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I should subtract the bigger number from the smaller. So 3 minus 2. Now 3 minus 2 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So the distance remains 5 units. So when it is on the x-axis, you can just subtract the x coordinate. Now let us see the y coordinate. Same way. 4 minus 4 equal to 4 plus 4 equal to 8. Or if you want to subtract this from this, then minus 4 because minus 4 and minus 4 equal to minus 8. That also gives me 8. So when it is on the same axis, yes, we can find the distance. Now I will give you one more example. Suppose the point is here, say minus 5, 3 and 4, 3. Now you see these 2 points are on the same line. So you can use the same technique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 minus 5 gives you 9. These two numbers we don't take because it is a straight line. Similarly, you can take in this manner also. So this is finding distance for one coordinate only. You can see what is happening. Here one coordinate is changing, one coordinate is not changing. Here one coordinate is changing, one coordinate is not changing. So simple can work. Now we'll see what happens when both the coordinates are changing. Okay, so how will we derive the general formula now? So this was the point here I had. Yes, this was the point I had, initial point, and this was the final point. So what I'll do, I'll call this point x1, y1. Now this can be any point, x1, y1. This is my initial point, so I call x1, y1. This point I call x2, y2. Okay? Now for the derivation, what we do, I draw a line parallel down here. So what happens, this coordinate is x1 comma 0. What I did, if you follow, I draw a vertical line from here, the foot of the line on the x-axis. So you can see this point was 2 steps to the right, this point is also 2 steps to the right, but now I brought it bottom, so it becomes x1 comma 0. And when I bring this one down, this point is vertical, this becomes x2 comma 0. So I brought both the points on the x-axis. So now what is the difference between these 2 points? So I can write x2 minus x1. So the distance between these 2 points is x2 minus x1. In the same way, I draw the vertical here. So this has become 0 comma y1. Why 0 comma y1? Because it has still remained to the top one step, but neither right, neither left. This is called the foot of the perpendicular. In the same way, if I draw this, I should get 0 comma y2. And what is the difference between these two? We write y2 minus y1. How do you get? This whole thing is y2 and this is y1. So from y2, if you remove y1, you get y2 minus y1. Similarly, this is x2 and this is x1. So from x2, if I cut off the x1, I get x2 minus x1. So now I join these 2 points and I make this triangle. Okay? Now you can say this triangle, this side and this side is equal. So if this is x2 minus x1, this also should be x2 minus x1. And if this side is y2 minus y1, this is a rectangle. So this side will also be y2 minus y1. Now again we are going to apply what? The Pythagoras theorem. So AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, write this as A and this as C. So we have maintained the order. So AC square equal to, how much is AB? X2 minus x1. So I write x2 minus x1 the whole square. And what is BC? y2 minus y1. So BC square is y2 minus y1 the whole square. So the AC, the distance I want to find is, this is square. So I take the under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. And this distance AC we can call D, the distance. So this is the formula that I get. So this is the first formula of a 10 standard, the distance formula in coordinate geometry. Okay, this is the distance. Is it clear to you what I did? Initial point I called x1, y1, any general point. Final point I called x2, y2. Now this went to the right. So how much it went to the right? From x1 it went to x2. So to the right the difference is x2 minus x1. How much it went to the top? From y1 it went to y2. So the distance is moved is y2 minus y1. So I get x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. Using the Pythagoras theorem, I derive this formula. So now let us check the distance formula. Let me take one point, is this, minus 4 minus 2. So minus 4 minus 2 is the first point. We call it x1, y1. Where will I take the second point? Let me take the second point over here. This point. 4, 3. 4 to the right, 3 to the top. So 4, 3 and minus 4, 2. These 2 points, and we want to find the distance between these 2 points. Right? This distance we want to find. So what is the second point? 4, 3. This we call x2, y2. Let us try the formula. Distance is under root of x2 minus x1. So 4 minus minus 4. Can you see this? x2 minus x1. We will use this. So 4 minus minus 4. The whole square plus 3 minus minus 2. The whole square. What is 4 minus minus 4? Minus into minus is plus. So 4 plus 4 becomes 8. 8 square is 64. 3 minus minus 2 becomes 3 plus 2, 5. So 5 square is 25. 64 plus 25 is 89. So the distance is root 89. So this is an irrational number, but still we can have the distance within the real number. Any irrational number can also be shown on the number line. So the distance here between these 2 points is root 89. And no centimeter meter is given, so we write just units. So the distance between these 2 points is root 89 units. So have you understood how to find the distance between 2 points of 2 coordinates? So this is one formula. Now let me put on the homework for you on the board. I have put 5 sums in the homework for you. I hope you can see them clearly. If not, I can read them for you. Okay? I hope you can see it clearly. Write down 2, 0 and minus 3, 5. 3, 4 and 4, 3. Minus 2, minus 3 and minus 2, 3. Minus 5, 2 and 4, 2. Minus 7, 2 and minus 3, 4. So the first step you have to do is only find out the distance between these 5 sums given to you. So go through the video one more time. I have started with the 9th standard with the origin of the number line. Try to understand. Mathematics becomes very good when you try to understand it in detail. So I told you the origin of the number line, positive, negative numbers, why we need 2-dimensional numbers, the 4 quadrants, the coordinates in the 4 quadrants, distance when only one dimension is changing, and distance when both the dimensions are changing. So your idea for today, distance formula, only one formula for the day, distance formula, and only 5 sums. Finish the sums and send the screenshots to me. Look at the photos to me. And here, thank you.